The following program is a special presentation of the Big Ten Network, produced in association with the University of Iowa.
Coming up in this episode, the art of the book, learning from the river, energizing sustainability, art in place. Next on Iowa Magazine. From papyrus scrolls of ancient Egypt to modern digital printing, the book is a technology that has stood the test of time. Today we take books for granted, but as more information comes to us online, as traditional newspapers die out and electronic versions of everything proliferate, we may find ourselves wondering, what is the future of the book? Only time will tell, but clues may be found in understanding the art, science, and craft of this age-old technology. The Center for the Book at the University of Iowa is a unique program that combines practice in the art of book production with the study of the book in society.
You know, you would think, gosh, well, why should any university have a program in paper making or books? Aren't they passé? I mean, isn't this the digital age? But you got to remember, there's a tremendous history of transmission of literature, ideas, via books and paper.
Timothy Barrett is a research scientist at the center and an internationally recognized expert in papermaking. Barrett's work earned him a prestigious MacArthur Fellowship Award in 2009, a grant of $500,000 over several years to support his research.
It means a great deal to me and to the rest of us here at the Center for the Book simply to be acknowledged. You could take the money away, but to have the recognition on a national or international level really, really means a lot to all of us in the Center for the Book, means a lot to the University of Iowa, and it means a lot to our students.
At a campus renowned for its literary programs, the Center for the Book helps to keep book arts alive. Ann Covell is a graduate student earning a master's in library and information science, as well as a graduate certificate in book studies.
My areas of specialization in the center are multifold, I would probably say. There are so many different things to study about the book. Everything from the typography to the paper used, to the style of the structure of the book itself, to any kinds of art forms that are used within it. It is an art form on its own, but it is also an entire discipline as well.
Students at the center learn not only the craft and science of book production, but undertake cultural and historical studies of the book and society. Instructor and bookbinding expert Julia Leonard says this integrated approach is key to keeping the book arts relevant.
There is a need for this and there is a demand for it, and it's both in the historical cultural side and in the artistic side and in the craft side. So we've got these three things that blend here, and we do it differently than anybody else because we are trying to bring all those things together.
Graduate student Islam Ali came from Cairo, Egypt, to study at the Center for the Book while earning his PhD in art education.
I'm interested in the relation between the artist's books and how they could be used in teaching and education. Many people now are arguing what's the role of the book with all the new media that are now emerging, the e-books, the iPads, all this stuff, that they are saying that it might make the book die. But at the same time, the artists have a new role to take this book and implement it with new forms and new visions.
A lot of people will make books in historical ways, but infuse sort of that the new jargon and the new technologies into those books. And so I think they both feed each other. While we're doing some things that may seem like historical technologies, letterpress, papermaking, things like that, at the same time, we're always constantly thinking about those new things as well because they're part of our lives. And so I think the two feed each other.
The merging of technique and technology will undoubtedly influence where the book evolves, and both students and faculty at the center are interested in that future.
The digital revolution that we're in the midst of, the idea that the book may in fact be disappearing in many forms has made people suddenly more aware of the book and of paper. If you think about it, the book has been a very, very functional, user-friendly device for centuries. And I think whoever invents what comes next digitally needs to really understand why that codex book structure has been so effective.
We get to reimagine the book. You know, the book doesn't just have to be one thing anymore. It can be a lot of things. And people are interested in that. Where's it going to go? What's it going to be? How does it sit side by side with digital means of storage or communication?
The Center for the Book is just one of many University of Iowa programs that helped Iowa City earn its recent City of Literature designation from the United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization. This community continues to foster literacy and creativity, and the Center for the Book embodies this passion in their work.
Books and paper give words a place to lie down, according to a poet friend of mine. And I think that there will always be a place for the Center for the Book as long as writing is happening here in Iowa City.
Coming up in this episode, learning from the river.
In 2008, the United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization designated Iowa City, Iowa, the world's 3rd City of Literature. To learn more, visit iowacityofliterature.org.
Unsurpassed literary stature, unprecedented medical breakthroughs, life-changing scientific discovery, soaring artistic achievement. With an indelible legacy and an extraordinary future, the University of Iowa is a top-tier public institution that truly is transforming lives.
What difference does tradition make? In 125 years, the University of Iowa College of Pharmacy has come to symbolize unsurpassed education and training, the highest quality patient care, the pursuit of new knowledge through discovery, the quest to enhance human health, a foundation of excellence for the challenges of tomorrow. The University of Iowa College of Pharmacy, celebrating the past, shaping the future.
Are you looking for a lifestyle? Consider this: a place to find your career, a place to do business, a place to raise a family, a leader for tomorrow's economy, a place to live and learn. Consider Iowa. Find job search tools, career planning resources, and explore Iowa communities online. Find your career, find your lifestyle. Learn more. Visit consideriowa.org.
Beyond the game, behind the highlights, what do you find on a Big Ten campus? At the University of Iowa, it's exceptional students, extraordinary professors, medical breakthroughs, scientific discovery, literary greatness, artistic achievement, academic excellence. Go beyond the game and explore the University of Iowa on the Big Ten Network. The Upper Mississippi River is a vital transportation corridor, a water resource for countless communities along its banks, and is home to hundreds of diverse wildlife species. What is the effect of our activity on this vast ecosystem? How are the different challenges facing the Mississippi connected? And how can we better link the science of the river to the policies that impact it? A unique research center at the University of Iowa allows scientists in many disciplines to address such questions. The Lucille A. Carver Mississippi Riverside Environmental Research Station, or LACMERS, provides a location where physical and biological scientists can examine the issues facing the Upper Mississippi.
LACMERS is a special part of IHR. We can look at large river research literally out our backyard. This is the largest river in North America, the 3rd largest in the world. The problems that we're facing on the river are multifaceted.
The The station is operated by the University of Iowa's renowned Institute for Fluids Research, IIHR, Hydroscience and Engineering.
This is a very unique facility in that we have a group of river specialists that do fundamental research both through computational modeling and laboratory studies, but for them to be able to come out and work on the river in this natural system is just a very unique opportunity.
Research at Lackmere's employs the latest technology, like this multi-beam sonar, to better understand the Mississippi and rivers in general.
That has 512 beams that come out of it and map out the riverbed over a 120-degree cone. Okay, so rather than trying to figure out what the river bathymetry looks like by crossing the boat back and forth across the river, now we can map it out over a 120-degree cone with 512 measurements along there. So we're able to quantitatively show all the dunes and the ripples and all the little structures on the riverbed. And that's important for our large-scale hydraulic modeling, but it's even more important for these habitat assessments to find out, exactly what is the bathymetric, benthic environment that mussels are living in, as an example.
Mussels are filter feeders that serve as an early warning system for pollutants and sediments in the Mississippi River.
In Pool 16, we have a river that has limited aquatic and submerged aquatic vegetation, and that really impacts water clarity. Just a little bit upstream from here, Pool 13 is a vibrant pool in terms of submergent and emergent aquatic vegetation, yet we don't see the same thing in Pool 16, only about 40 or 50 miles downstream. So understanding that is important. And then as we go further downstream, we're seeing that there's unquestionably a lot of nutrients that are being transported out of the state of Iowa, Wisconsin, Illinois, as well as Missouri. How are those nutrients impacting the local ecosystem, and how are they impacting what's happening in the Gulf of Mexico with the hypoxic zone there?
In addition to research, Lackmere's is a place for education, allowing students to explore integrated watershed science in an immersive learning environment. The State Hygienic Laboratory at the University of Iowa employs a team of limnologists who monitor Iowa's rivers, lakes, and streams. Lackmere's partners with the Hygienic Lab to educate students about water quality.
Add acid to that to break up the... Students, when they're out on the river, they're in a different environment where their brain really is open to new ideas, and they see the challenges that are out there before them. And I want to develop a passion in the students for the river and science and engineering. And that's what really has been happening with the classes that we have, and that's exciting.
Between education, research, and partnering with agencies, Lackmere's allows the University of Iowa to help address our water resource challenges.
What we're always doing is we're pressing the envelope and understanding and discovering new methods and new science that we really believe will solve the problems of the future.
To learn more about river sustainability and watershed science, visit iihr.uiowa.edu. Coming up in this episode, energizing sustainability.
What is the Iowa experience? A scenic campus. World-class education. Extraordinary professors. Exciting Big Ten sports. A thriving art scene. Lifelong friends. Experience Iowa for yourself. Call 1-800-553-4692 or visit uiowa.edu.
If it's cancer, you want numbers on your side from the start. The University of Iowa has over 1,100 people dedicated to beating cancer, including 300 physicians and researchers, and over a dozen multidisciplinary teams, each specializing in one type of cancer. Say it's your cancer. Experts discuss your case and offer the most innovative options, all to get you back to being, well, you. Where you go first does matter.
Show your Iowa pride, the Iowa Hawk Shop, where Iowa shops. The ultimate collection of Iowa Hawkeye merchandise, gifts, and apparel. Help support the University of Iowa. All proceeds benefit men's and women's athletic teams and student programs. the Iowa Hawk Shop, where Iowa shops. Show your Iowa pride. Call 1-800-HAWK-SHOP or visit www.hawkshop.com.
Beyond the game, behind the highlights, what do you find on a Big Ten campus? At the University of Iowa, it's exceptional students, extraordinary professors, medical breakthroughs, scientific discovery, literary greatness, artistic achievement, academic excellence. Go beyond the game and explore the University of Iowa on the Big Ten Network. A research university is a place of industry and inquiry, bustling with activities in every imaginable field of study. But with clinics, classrooms, and high-tech laboratories, it's also a place where major resources are consumed. Today, with energy issues at the forefront, institutions everywhere seek greener alternatives. On the University of Iowa campus, new approaches explore the idea that the most renewable energy is the energy you don't use.
There are over 4,100 colleges and universities across the United States, and we spend about $20 billion every year in operations and energy alone. And really, when you get down to it, sustainability is about efficiency. It's about reducing waste, and when we improve our efficiency, we also save dollars.
Like other campuses, the University of Iowa has made sustainability a major priority. In addition to exploring renewable energy, we also need to find ways to use less.
Renewable energy is good, but arguably the most renewable energy is energy you don't use. So energy conservation is the first thing that we have to look at. We need to reduce the amount of energy that's consumed on our campus.
The University of Iowa employs a systemic approach to energy conservation that starts with energy-efficient designs, coupled with ongoing building optimization. One of the most advanced energy management tools on any campus is Iowa's new Energy Control Center, a centralized hub to monitor, analyze, and forecast energy supply and consumption across the university.
The Energy Control Center allows us to look at weather forecast, mapping that against historic building usage, and forecasting 24 hours in advance what our demands will be on the campus in terms of energy.
By gathering real-time energy data from across this sprawling campus, the Energy Control Center illustrates UI's commitment to sustainability and will enable Iowa to be a leader in energy education.
We're concerned about growing a green economy here in Iowa and in the Midwest. And that also provides students, especially engineering students, a great opportunity to learn about a systems management.
Another approach to conservation at Iowa is the Energy Hawks program, a team of staff, technicians, and engineers who evaluate and resolve energy issues in campus buildings.
We get documents, floor plans, and so forth. All the buildings have automation systems, and what we do is we go through these systems and to kind of establish a baseline of what we need to inspect. And the end result is a more efficient, more comfortable building.
Like a car engine, buildings get out of tune over time and need a fundamental tune-up. And that's one way to look at the Energy Hawks program.
Beyond the systems approach, Iowa's facility management understands that effective energy conservation requires individual commitment.
We've got nearly 30,000 students here, and if they can each turn off a light or turn off their computer, that adds up to some big dollars and some big emissions reductions.
The University of Iowa's commitment to energy sustainability is clear, but the future will bring new challenges as the campus continues to grow.
We're at a very exciting time here at the University of Iowa. We are positioned as a leader in renewable energy and energy conservation and exploring new technologies. We are developing rather ambitious goals for the institution. We want to be net negative in our energy growth. We want to, over time, despite the expansion of the campus and the addition of space, reduce the overall energy consumption on the campus, and we think we can make it.
To learn more about campus energy conservation, visit energy.uiowa.edu. Coming up in this episode, Art in Place, next on Iowa Magazine.
What is is the Iowa experience? A Scenic campus. World-class education. Extraordinary professors. Exciting Big Ten sports. A thriving art scene. Lifelong friends. Experience Iowa for yourself. Call 1-800-553-4692 or visit uiowa.edu.
What difference does tradition make? In 125 years, the University of Iowa College of Pharmacy has come to symbolize unsurpassed education and training, the highest quality patient care, the pursuit of new knowledge through discovery, the quest to enhance human health, a foundation of excellence for the challenges of tomorrow. The University of Iowa College of Pharmacy, celebrating the past, shaping the future.
Are you looking for a lifestyle? Consider this: a place to find your career, a place to do business, a place to raise a family, a leader for tomorrow's economy, a place to live and learn. Consider Iowa. Find job search tools, career planning resources, and explore Iowa communities online. Find your career, find your lifestyle. Learn more. Visit consideriowa.org.
Beyond the game, behind the highlights, what do you find on a Big Ten campus? At the University of Iowa, it's exceptional students, extraordinary professors, medical breakthroughs, scientific discovery, literary greatness, artistic achievement, academic excellence. Go beyond the game and explore the University of Iowa on the Big Ten Network. Each summer, the University of Iowa is an active place as building and renovation continually transforms our campus. Given that Iowa is a public institution, how do these facilities benefit not just UI faculty and students, but all the people of Iowa? One way is through a unique state program that makes art an integral part of the built environment. On the University of Iowa Research Campus, an original work by Seattle-based artist Nori Sato graces the new facility of the State Hygienic Laboratory.
Most of the work that I do is very contextual, so it's made to fit the particular site and the facilities that I work in. I'm always interested in how people will actually engage with it, because I think what I'm interested in is that there isn't a single interpretation of it, that there are a lot of different ways that you can kind of look at it and read it. A lot of science is actually about interpretation. And the scientists are always interpreting data in a lot of different ways. So in a way, I think art has that same interpretive aspect to it. I think there's a good relationship between art and science in that way.
What you can see there is it's petri dishes, it's evocative of test tubes, there are images of bacteria. The art reflects the work that's being done in the building, and yet it adds, it gives something back, it gives something more, a sort of sense of the spirit of the work, not just for those working in the building, but also for anybody who passes through.
Another art project that reflects the natural environment can be found near the banks of the Iowa River. Calm Waters is a 40-foot glass mosaic by Des Moines artists Rebecca Ekstrand and Tom Rossborough.
We wanted to sort of reveal the beauty of this sport, the beauty of the river and the natural world, and then to definitely honor the dedication of the athlete.
And inspire.
And then also to inspire the young women that are going to be here every day, day in and day out, very early in the morning, practicing something to inspire them as they're working so hard. So that's what we kind of kept in mind as we were designing.
As you can see from the design in the background, there's a lot of movement going on. You can see the waves, you can see the undulating colors that are going on there. There's a lot of turbulence in the middle part, and so with all that movement and going on, you can see that the boat is coming into the design, and the power and the calmness of that boat slicing into that.
I can't think of anything that would give more hours of pleasure to someone who's engaged in the process of rowing than to be able to glance up and see the varieties of eddies and swirls and rotation that's created in that particular mosaic. It's perfect for art in place.
Continuing the idea of art in place is perhaps the most visible of Iowa's recent campus art projects. River of Life is a 50-foot mosaic pavement accompanied by a 14-foot entryway medallion. Both works were created by London-based artist Gary Drossel.
On the first level is just as a kind of depiction of Iowa City with the river running through it, and this idea that, you know, we've had these floods and, you know, occasionally the river bursts out of its boundary and that kind of idea. But also the River of Life, I kind of see it as the top end where we've got a spiral that kind of represents the source of the river or birth. And then all the lines of tile running through the river I see as individual life, like lifelines. So those lifelines that stay within that golden area are, like, if you like, a healthy or balanced life. When they go into the grey areas, then that's sort of life being a bit out of balance, and then when it bursts out onto the surrounding pavement, that's where life's hurdles that people face or things going a bit wrong. The second mosaic, the theme for that is movement and vitality, and that's a figurative mosaic that depicts figures moving around in this kind of vortex of energy and dynamic sort of movement. The figures are based on the activities that go on in the centre. So there's a dancer, a diver, climber.
This is a project that works on every level. It shows you with the medallion that this is a place for recreation and exercise. But once you pass the entranceway, what you see there is you see a mosaic that has been created in such a way that people can trace different rivulets of their lives as they unite with others in a common stream, as they run outside the banks of the river course. But the thing that's extraordinary about it is that this art wouldn't be as significant if it were in any other place than here in Iowa City. This is a piece of art that was created for this place.
As the needs of the university continue to evolve, so will the physical campus, bringing new opportunities to integrate art into the UI experience.
I'm very proud of what the University of Iowa has done with these 3 pieces of art. The project has allowed the University of Iowa to give 3 real treasures to the state of Iowa, and what could be better than that?
To learn more about our campus art projects, visit us online.
The preceding program was produced by the University of Iowa in association with the Big Ten Network.